Making their debut to this very young season is Harnwell Life Esports, coming in from the blue side with Doran on the Cassante, Peanut on the Rel, Zeka on the Yoni, Viper on the Lucian, and Delight on the Nami. And for DRX, it's already the second game. They go in with Rascal on the Rumble, Sponge on the Maokai, Satep on the Tristana, Teddy on the Aphelios, and Platter on the Lulu. First three Roid Grubs secured by Harnwell Life. The first dragon goes to DRX, and then we're already in for the second trio of the Void Grubs. It is secured by Peanut, and now it is Sponge, knowing that his role opponent is on the top side, and here he comes with the Nature's Grasp, ganking the bot lane. His Bramble Smash perfectly hitting both. The Moonlight Vigil came in, down goes Viper, and also Delight will find a screen, gray it out. The first two kills go to DRX. After 12 minutes, it is Harnwell Life securing the second dragon of the game. We stick with the scene a little bit longer to see Rascal coming in with a Flame Spitter, and then it is Doran putting him with his all out into the river, but there's just no follow-up, and so he will be rooted and taken out. Peanut then securing the Herald, placing it in the mid lane, while DRX is securing the Infernal Drake that is dominating the Rift. 18.5 minutes into the game, we see another dive onto the bot lane. This time it is Peanut and Zeka under the turret. Peanut with the Flash Magnet summons the Sponge, trying to trap him under the turret, but he will go down, and also Zeka is sent back to the fountain. A little bit of consolation prize for Harnwell Life is that Doran could pick up the first turret goal just seconds ago in the top lane before this bot lane turret will crumble on their sides. But Zeka then in return taking the outer turret on the sides of DRX. This outer turret in the mid lane is history as well, and we go in for the next dragon. Harnwell Life is working it down, but then it is Sponge stealing the objective, and Zeka with a 3-man ultimate on the Yone, followed by the Magnet Storm of Peanut. But he and Zeka, they're all alone in the front lane, no follow-up, and so DRX, they can take the dragon. They haven't taken too much damage from the follow-up fight, and so they can continue to push through the mid lane. Sponge is going in with a Twisted Advance, followed by Rascal with the Equalizer, and DRX, they tear down the tier 2 in the mid lane. Go back for the recall, and Harnwell Life, they can take at least the outer turret on the other side. It is Doran after 25 minutes destroying the inner turret in the bot lane, and we go in after 28 minutes. It is Harnwell Life denying DRX what could have been Dragon Soul. Here's the Nature's Grasp coming in from Sponge, followed by the Twisted Advance onto Doran, but he has to back away immediately. The Moonlight Vigil from Teddy just went white, and so here comes the counter-attack. Doran with all right onto Satep, Zeka with the Fate Sealed, and then the Aqua Prison of Delight, putting them into the demise. Satep and Sponge have fallen, and now Teddy is becoming the victim of Viper, going for a nice pursuit. It's kill number 1, 2, and 3 for Harnwell Life, and this comes at the very right moment. They tear down the tier 2 as well, and now they can go for the Baronesha. Pretty much no chance for Rascal and for Platter to do something about it. Platter is going in no matter what. He's looking for a kill or an epic steal or just to delay the inevitable. And here comes Harnwell Life. 31.5 minutes into the game, and it's Doran with all out into the Pathmaker onto Sponge, putting him in a doomed position. Down goes the Maokai. Rascal is in the stasis of the Seeker's Arm Guard. He will find a screen colorless as well. Teddy just gets eaten up by Doran and by Viper, who has collected a triple kill on this very scene, and now Harnwell Life, they're going for the Nexus. The eyes on the big prize. It is only Satep on the Tristana and Platter on the Lulu, looking how the base is being put into ashes. Harnwell Life, they are about to take game 1 after not having scored a single kill for more than 28 minutes. Satep is being sent back a couple of meters further back to the fountain before Harnwell Life takes the lead on the series. Game number 2, Harnwell Life Esports, coming in from the blue side again, this time with Doran on the Aatrox, Peanut on the Zekman, Zeka on the Azir, Viper on the Callista, and Delight on the Renata. And for DRX, it is Rascal on the Gwen, Sponge on the Maokai, Satep on the Tristana, Teddy on the Varus, and Platter on the Senna. 5 minutes into the game, Satep collapsing the wave into the turret, and then he's a little bit too greedy on the recall. Zeka finds him, rises a Sand Soldier, another one, and down goes the Tristana. First blood to the Azir, the first dragon, and the first trio of White Grabs goes to DRX. Satep then being thrown with the Emperor's Divide into the elastic slingshot of Peanut. 9.5 minutes into the game, and Zeka collects his second kill. Only half a minute later, Peanut again flying in on the slingshot, but this time it is nicely dodged by Teddy, who answers back with the Chains of Corruption. The Nature's Grasp is rooting Peanut, but he's just so not impressed. He flashes in together with a hostile takeover, and they take out Teddy. Viper bailed out, but only for the moment. Platter in grave danger. He will lose his life too, and so it's a 2-for-1 for Harnwell alive, and they're looking for more. Sponge and Satep now on the retreat. Sponge limping away with little HP. Satep trying to save his jungler, but he's a little bit too reluctant on the retreat himself, and so it's the Stretch Armstrong of Peanut pulling him into the demise. It's a 3-for-1 for Hanwha. They will then take the next dragon. The next trio of Void Crops goes to DRX as well. They have all 6 now. After 14 minutes, it's the first turret gold going to Hanwha. The Herald as well. And now here's the slingshot of Peanut. Nicely flashed by Teddy again, but he cannot escape the stretching stripes. Delight and Viper are there as well. And down goes the Varos. Down goes the outer turret in the mid lane. Hanwha, they also already took the outer turret in the top lane, and they can even break the inner one. Now going for the dragon and looking good in this game now with a 5k gold lead, tearing down the bot lane tier 2. Satep can at least trade back the outer turret in the top lane. 90 minutes into the game, Peanut with another slingshot, this time saying let's bounce to Teddy, and this Varos is bounced into the ground, while the rest of DRX have to beat the retreat further back to the base. Platter loses half his life, and now Hanwha life. They can tear down the inhib turret and the inhibitor in the mid lane before they fall back through the topside jungle. But we stick with the scene a little bit longer, as we see on the topside Sponge going in with the Nature's Grasp, but we take our eyes on Rascal and Platter on the bottom side screen against Delight and the incoming Doran, and the world and will live up to its name. Platter goes down, and Hanwha, in addition to a 7k gold lead and a broken inhibitor on the base of DRX, they can now take the purple worm as well, and here they come through the topside jungle. Peanut is flying in, knocked back by Sponge's Q, but the Stretch Armstrong pulls back Satep. Here comes the hostile takeover. Sponge is hit by it, in a little bit of grave danger, but he will flash out of it. He will survive. But you see the potential strength of this Hanwha team. They are just too far ahead. Peanut, he goes in, trying to find Teddy with his stretching strikes, but he will miss, and instead take a remarkable bit of damage himself. But there's still the mighty Doran on the Aatrox, going in onto all 5, and then the Shurima shuffle of Zekka finds Sponge and Rascal. Both are going down. Satep will follow only moments later, and this is probably it. We see Peanut and Viper limping around with little HP, but Zekka, he has his teleport ready, buys his onions just to make sure he comes back, and now Hanwha going for the big prize again, and they will take it. And with it, the W on their season debut to the LCK 2024.